This is the fourth and final video in our Selling on Amazon from Home series. So far we've covered wholesaling, arbitrage, and low-cost private label. If you haven't checked those out, then make sure to do so on the channel. So firstly, what is dropshipping and then how do we do it? Well, dropshipping is the process of selling a product without the responsibility of carrying or fulfilling the inventory. So for example, you list an item for sale, you don't have the product at this point, so you haven't spent any money up front. Then when a customer purchases your product, you then buy the product and have it shipped to the customer. Now, the big advantage of this model is, of course, you're not spending money up front. You're only spending money when an order is placed. Unlike private label, for example, where you purchase a large amount of inventory up front. With dropshipping, you're not holding on to inventory either. So for those reasons, it's a less risky business and there can be less costs such as storage for your items. Of course, with dropshipping, you do need to make sure that there's a healthy profit margin between the amount you buy and sell it for. There are also different ways to automate this fulfillment process, but I'll break those all down for you and give you my recommendations if you want to try it. So if you're looking for a business opportunity from home, then dropshipping could be a great start for you. It can be an incredibly low cost startup and a great way to generate cash flow, which a lot of people then use to fund other ventures, which could be a private label business, for instance. Now, one thing you'll likely hear a lot about when it comes to dropshipping is to use Shopify. There are certainly people that have had success there, but it can be very hard because you ultimately need to drive traffic to your listings yourself. And this can be done with Facebook ads and Google ads and various other methods. But again, this requires learning a lot of new skill sets or finding other experts who know them to help. If you're using Shopify, it can also require more web development, and it's just overall a slightly more complicated process. This is why using Amazon is incredibly powerful. First, you've got all this incredible amount of traffic already there, and then the process is somewhat more simplified in comparison. So there are different ways to go about dropshipping on Amazon. You can do either online arbitrage, private label, or wholesale dropshipping. So first up, online arbitrage. Essentially what you're doing here is you find products that are underpriced on somewhere like Walmart, and then you sell on that listing on Amazon for a higher price. You're fulfilling by merchant, and then when you get an order on Amazon, you purchase the product on Walmart and get it sent straight to the customer, making a small margin. Additionally, you can get things like a Walmart credit card, so you can get like 5% cash back on any purchases at Walmart. So as you can see, you're starting to increase that profit margin a little. So this method is very, very quick to get started. You can basically get set up within a day. So what's the catch? Well, this method is technically against Amazon's TOS. To clarify, Amazon does allow dropshipping. However, they state you must be the seller of record for your products and identify yourself as a seller of your products on all of your packing slips, invoices, etc. They say you can't purchase products from another retailer and have that retailer shipped to Amazon, which is exactly what we're doing here. So why am I telling you? Well, I wanted to give you an overview of all the methods that are out there. This isn't necessarily my favorite way to dropship on Amazon. However, the truth is a lot of people actually do this, despite it being clearly against TOS. So far, it does work for people. So now you've got the information, that's the rundown on online arbitrage. The next way to dropship on Amazon is using the private label method. And this one is allowed by Amazon. The way this one works is that instead of purchasing your product from another retailer and getting them to ship the product, you will purchase directly from the manufacturer, where you become the seller of record and have that shipped to the customer using fulfilled by merchant again. Typically, this would be from overseas suppliers such as Alibaba or AliExpress. Now, another popular form of dropshipping is through print on demand. Print on demand allows you to advertise customized products such as t-shirts, mugs, posters, and even books without purchasing the inventory. Then, when the sale's made, the supplier creates the product for you and then ships it. So now that you've got a quick overview of some of the different methods when it comes to dropshipping, let's dive a little deeper into the details. Step 1, set up an Amazon seller account. In order to sell on Amazon, you'll need an Amazon seller account. There, Amazon will offer you 2 choices for the type of account that you can start with, whether that's individual or professional. Step number 2 is to find a high demand, low competition product. You can do this by using a tool like Jungle Scout's Opportunity Finder to find these high demand, low competition product opportunities. So let me take you through a demonstration. I'm here inside of Opportunity Finder. I've selected a few categories that I like, but really you can choose whichever ones that you prefer. We're gonna go to average monthly units sold. I would say you want at least 100 to 300 units per month. So I'm gonna say at least 200 units per month. For the average price, I'm gonna set that to a minimum of $18 to $20 because below that, the profit margins get quite slim. And I'm gonna max it out around about $50 or $60. I'm gonna come over to competition because now that we've made sure that the demand is high, we wanna make sure that there's low competition on these products. So I'm gonna bring this right down to low, or you could even go to very low. So let's bring that one down there. The niche score is essentially how good of an opportunity this product is. So I'm gonna say a niche score of at least 6. Now that we've set our filters, let's just come down to search. Now we're viewing opportunities based off of our criteria. As I scroll through, I'm looking for any sort of keywords or niches here that catch my eye. I'm going to ignore all these N95 masks and so forth, because for me, I know that they're only, they're kind of seasonal, or they're just very popular right now, not in the long term. So I'm gonna keep coming down, looking for a good opportunity. In this instance, I could exclude the word mask. This is a great way to exclude anything that you don't want to be seeing. So now I've excluded mask. I'm going to exclude masks and face mask. Also N95 and filter. And hit search. I'm sure there'll still be a few of those listings that come through, but that's got rid of a bunch of them. Now I'm just gonna come through again, looking through the various keywords. So I can see things like dumbbells, resistance bands, fedoras for men. I guess people are wanting to exercise whilst they're at home. Cables for working out. So again, kind of similar. You're seeing a bit of a trend there. Workout mats. Let's just take that one for example. This isn't a real product that I'd be looking to sell, but for the sake of the example, once we click on this one, we can see a few things. We've got an overview here of the number of monthly units sold. We can see that as an overall niche, it does sell a lot on average, very, very high, or at least at the moment. We can see the average monthly price. That's very good and matches our criteria. It's not too low. We can see the amount of search volume when it comes to how many people are searching for this, and the level of competition for this particular niche. Now we can see a breakdown here of historical data, such as the average units sold per month. So we can see that this has consistently sold a lot. It has sold more during the months of January, February, but what is good is that you can see it still sells quite a lot across all parts of the year, according to this data. We can do the same with the price to see if the different months or seasons have any effect on the price, and you can kind of see how it changes. Same with search volume, which is a great gauge of how seasonal this product is. But this is really great. So if there is a current spike for some reason, right? Like people are buying more of these at the moment because they're at home. If you don't anticipate that being the new norm, then you've got an opportunity to see what it could be like after the fact. The next thing that we can do is click to open this opportunity up on Amazon, and now we can view the niche here. So now we can see the specific listings. We can scroll through, see the images, see the data here. If you've got the Jungle Scout extension, you can click up here. Very quickly, you get a snapshot of all the various pieces of information for these listings. So you can go through, you can see the monthly and daily sales, as well as revenue. You can see the number of reviews on each of these listings. And you can also see other additional information, such as the Amazon fees charged with the remainder net amount. So this is really powerful. When you get to this stage, if it still seems like a good opportunity, what you can do is click on this net number to bring up the FBA profit calculator. Here you can input a product cost and you can also change the product price to estimate how much profit you would receive. So let's say I could source this product and ship it into Amazon for $6 per unit. If I hit calculate cost, I can now see that my profit margin would be $13.24. So very quickly, it gives you an idea of profit for this product. Now, once you've found a product opportunity that you like, the next step would be to source it. So now I'm over on Alibaba, I'm gonna type in workout mat, and see what options there are available. Now I'm just gonna scroll through and look at a variety of different options. Let's just take this first one here. Open that one up. I can learn more about this particular product by going through the listing here. I can then reach out to the supplier. The other popular place to find products to dropship is AliExpress. It's a business-to-business website that puts e-commerce entrepreneurs in touch with suppliers who are looking to dropship their goods. So again, you just type in the product that you're after. So in this example, I'm gonna type in my workout mat, and just like Amazon, a variety of products will show up. When I click onto one of these listings, I'm gonna see more information about it, some of the different colors and options that are available, the price per good, as well as the price of shipping to the US. Now, a lot of the time when we're talking about private label, you need a large minimum order quantity. But of course, when we're doing the drop shipping method, we're wanting to get started without having to buy a large amount of inventory to begin with. So when you do reach out to these suppliers, I would tell them that you're interested in drop shipping their product, and you'd actually be surprised at how many of these suppliers will enable you to drop ship from them with your own branded product. Not all of them will, but if you continue this outreach, you will come across suppliers that will allow this. Now into step 4, which is to create an Amazon listing. After you have a product idea in mind, and a supplier to fulfill that particular product, you'll need to create an Amazon product listing. To do so, go to Seller Central. We create our listing by going to Catalog, Add Products. Because we're selling our own brand, a private label product, we'll select I'm not adding a product sold on Amazon. Select our category. Now at this point, you need a product ID. Typically, this is what's called a UPC barcode, and you need to purchase one of these to assign to each product or product variation that you're selling. Now, there are 2 places that you can purchase these. The official place is called GS1, and it can be quite pricey. The other option are third-party companies that back in the day purchased a whole bunch of UPC barcodes, and because of that, they're able to resell them much cheaper individually. Now, Amazon have come out and said that they only accept UPC barcodes from GS1. However, we've talked to a lot of people who still use the third-party UPC barcodes, and it's been totally fine. So really, it comes down to your risk tolerance. If you want to be absolutely safe, then going to GS1 is your best option. However, if you want to save some money and you're okay taking some of that risk, then you could try one of these third-party sellers. Once you've created your listing, you can now start building that one out. And we have some great videos on exactly how to optimize your listings that you can check out. When it comes to photos, you can also save money by doing this yourself as well, which we also have a great tutorial on. So that's how you go about finding product opportunities to dropship on Amazon. Once you've established this business or any other type of business on Amazon, you want to make sure that you keep an eye on your business analytics or your sales and profit analytics. If you're a Jungle Scout member, you can do that directly within the tool. I'm here inside of sales analytics, where you can set the date range that you're looking at. You can view your business's top metrics, such as the units sold, the profit margin, and the ROI or return on investment. And you can view these from either a company level, which accounts for all of your products, or on a product by product basis, where you can now see the individual breakdown for your individual products. So as a quick overview, in addition to these top stats here, you can get a breakdown of your revenue in all the different areas, as well as a graph on the right-hand side, which shows your revenue over time. You can do the same for your cost, getting a breakdown and see a graph of it over time. Then your profit, which is very, very important, as I've mentioned earlier, units sold, as well as your PPC. So this helps you keep a very close eye on all of the most important metrics for your business. In order to access these metrics, you need to make sure that you've got your Amazon MWS keys synced to your Jungle Scout account. In order to do so, come up to Settings, then Amazon Settings. You'll see that my keys have already been added here, but you would go to Add New. The first thing to do is to select your region. We currently support North America or Europe. I'm gonna choose North America. Now I'm gonna select my primary marketplace, which in my case is the United States. One thing to note here is that if you do sell in more of these marketplaces, it will actually pull in all of the data for each of those within that region. The primary marketplace is just the first one or the main one that you see when you log in. Now we click Next. To get the following information, we're gonna need to log into Seller Central. You'll see the first thing that we need to do is add our seller ID. So I'm going to come here, click Next, check this box here and click Next. On this page, I'm gonna grab my seller ID, paste it in. Now we want the NWS auth token, which is this one down here. Paste. You can give your account a nickname. Then you just need to add your Seller Central email. This is the email that you use to log into Seller Central. Now you go Next, and now all of your seller features have been unlocked. So that's how you sync your Amazon account to Jungle Scout. As I mentioned, that will help give you lots of sales analytics information, which is crucial for your business. It also gives you access to a bunch of other tools within Jungle Scout. Now that we've covered the steps to get set up, I want to leave you with 5 tips to help you succeed with dropshipping. Tip number 1, promote your listing. In order to maximize sales, you're going to need to drive traffic to your product listing. This can be done a number of ways. First, you have Amazon advertising, also known as PPC or sponsored product ads. With PPC, you create advertisements for your products that make your product appear higher in Amazon search results for the keywords that you set. Next, you can drive traffic to your Amazon listing through external methods such as social media, blogging, email marketing, etc. So while this method is a little bit more difficult to get going if you haven't already got a following, it can help you differentiate your product from your competitors. Tip number 2, focus on the customer. So when you perform dropshipping on Amazon, you're taking a lot of the hard parts of being an entrepreneur off the table. You don't have to manufacture your product, nor do you have to ship it. All you have to do is to make sure that the customer receives it and that they're happy. So whereas you'd normally spend your time running your business with dropshipping, you invest those hours into customer service. Plus, customer service helps you get great product reviews, and any good product reviews can help make or break your products on Amazon. Tip number 3, focus on your brand. As I mentioned above, dropshipping's chief disadvantage is that you'll be selling a product over which you'll have no final say in its development or design. In addition, other sellers will also have access to the same supplier. This leaves you with very little competitive advantage. Therefore, it's important to focus on your brand. But even if your product is identical to your competitor, that doesn't mean it has to be the same. For example, the brand Yeti sells 40-ounce stainless steel tumblers for $40 each. Meanwhile, their competitor, RTIC, sells the same stainless steel tumblers for less than $20. Yet somehow, Yeti still dominates in that product category. The reason is simple. People want to buy the Yeti brand and the image it purveys. Tip number 4, get samples. Now, before you list your product, make sure you know what you're selling. Bite the bullet and order a unit in advance. Once the sample arrives, inspect it. How did it look when it arrived? How long did it take to arrive? Were the products as described? All of these little details will help you predict how your customers will receive the product once you start drop shipping them on Amazon. Tip number 5, cast a wide net. Because you have no startup costs with dropshipping, it's much easier for you to cast a wide net, or in other words, you can list numerous different products at the same time. Some will fail, others will succeed. Simply double down on what works and cut the rest. As long as you follow Amazon's rules, this approach is totally fine. Just make sure to stay organized with all the different products that you're looking to sell. So that's how you drop ship on Amazon. Now over to you guys. Are you gonna try drop shipping on Amazon? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you've got a ton of value from today's video. If so, make sure to give me a big thumbs up so that I know to make more videos like this. I hope you guys have enjoyed our Make Money on Amazon from Home series. Make sure to check out the other videos if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.